I thought I'd share a version of myself, an experience I went through in my mid-20s that may resonate with some of you. Many of us experience various forms of abandonment early into our childhood and later in life. Abandonment being the lack of love and presence of parents, guardians, loved ones, and abandonment of our own internal relationship we have with ourselves. As souls, we are here to grow, to understand ourselves, acknowledge the teachings that present themselves, to heal, to grow in our love, to understand that love, to share our love, and to grow in becoming more of ourselves through that love and through the infinite abundance of unconditional love that is us and that surrounds us. However, due to certain experiences, we embrace fear, indirectly teaching ourselves to fear instead of embracing the love and divine connection we have with our utmost highest self. Growing up, I was really fortunate to be raised in a family surrounded by unconditional love. And from young into adulthood, I built a solid relationship with myself, staying true to who I am and what I want out of life, respecting my values and my boundaries, allowing my core self to guide me and to teach me, loving and appreciating my soul essence, and being abundantly grateful for my inner success and love for myself and love that I have to share with others. At the age of 26, 5 years after coming out the closet as a lesbian, and very content and happy in who I am and how I live and do life, I faced a brutal sexual assault by a man I knew well and trusted. It was here where I lost all sense of self. I went from a strong, joyful, bubbly woman to disconnecting from my higher self, not wanting to know myself and others. I lived in a state of what felt like deep dark mass spiraling down a deep black hole. Most nights were disturbed sleep and sweaty night terrors on repeat as I lived in fear of my PTSD and facing it alone. It was hard to talk about it as I was still digesting what had occurred and processing my emotions. It felt awkward being around others as my trust was broken. I couldn't even hug an old friend, so I pulled away as I navigated through what was not the Jocelyn that I'd grown to know and love. As the weeks and months went on, living in this state of emptiness and unhappiness, far from my true north of self, the strength of my core being arose in me, a familiarity I possessed from young. So I allowed the strength of my core being to guide me through the cracks of my vulnerability, and with each crack came a healing and a teaching. I saw myself in my core self and reached in to the little girl in me. As I surrendered, I saw her, I heard her, I acknowledged her, I felt her, and I understood her. She, my inner truth, guided me through the teachings and healings of this pain. She blessed me with unconditional love for self and reminded me that unconditional love surrounds me daily and that I am protected, I am safe, and I am blessed in the light of myself. She reignited my soul being and the relationship, that strong, loving, core, authentic relationship that I have with myself. With this newfound fulfillment of self, I grew more powerful each day in my authenticity, taking ownership of authority in my self-worth and presence of self as I reignited the flame of my soul purpose. I have no words to express how enriched I feel and how abundantly appreciative I am in learning and growing and becoming more of my godly self, having more of a relationship with my godly self and a connection and relationship with the divine. As I forgive and forget the harsh event, I am eternally grateful for the woman I have become, walking through that personal abandonment with bravery, restoring my love and reigniting the deeper presence of self. So I call out to you, feeling alone, feeling unloved, unheard, unseen, empty, unfulfilled. Know that you are not alone. Harness the love, miracles, and blessings that surround you. I ask that you turn inwards and meet yourself in the light of who you are. Hear her, see her, feel her, acknowledge her, and understand all that she is. Grow internally daily and build an everlasting relationship with yourself. Love and connection to you all.